this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to cut your fabric on the bias so that you can make binding for quilts, table runners, pot holders, whatever you want to use it on. I'm also going to show you how to use those strips to make bias tape. I'll show you how to use the bias tape maker, and the difference between what I'm going to show you and what you can buy is you can already buy bias tape in packages like this, but the problem is that it's in limited colors, and every now and then I'm working on some clothing or baby bibs and I want my own special fabric on it, so that's why I'm showing you how to do this. So let's get started. Leave your fabric folded with the selvage edges together and then cut the selvage edges off. To cut the binding or the bias tape, it's to your advantage if you're using a long ruler. Mine is 24 inches. If you have a ruler like this, look at one end, and on one end you'll see a lot of different lines on it that are going at different angles. There's a 30 degree, a 45 degree, and so forth. I'm going to be using the 45 degree angle, and it's identified right there. It'll say 45 on it. If you do not have a 45 degree line on your ruler, take a square piece of paper and fold it in half. If you are right-handed, you're going to start in the left corner. If you are left-handed, you're going to start in the right corner. So for right-handed people, if you don't have that line on your ruler, take your paper triangle, place it in the corner of your fabric like this, and then take your ruler, place it on top of that 45 degree line, and then you can cut. Now, I'm not right-handed, so we're going to go over to the other side. For those of you that are left-handed, place the paper in the corner like this, place your ruler on top of the paper, and then you would cut your starting mark. If you do have that line on your ruler, the 45 degree line, and you're right-handed, place the 45 degree line on the very edge of your fabric. So I'm going to line it up and then go ahead and cut. And I wouldn't throw this away because you could get a nice little square out of this and use it on another project. Then you would go over every 2 inches or so, depending on what you're making. So if you're making a binding for a quilt, most people cut theirs anywhere between 2 inches and 2.5 inches. So you would put let's say it's 2 inches, you would put the 2-inch line on the raw edge of your fabric, and then you would go ahead and cut. Now, I'm not right-handed, so we're going to go over to the other side. Place your 45 degree line on the raw edge of your fabric here, and line it up nice and straight, and then cut. Then, if you are cutting 2-inch wide binding or 2.5-inch wide binding, whatever you're going to cut, then you would place that line on the ruler, and I'm going to go ahead and do a 2.5-inch wide strip. I've got my 2.5-inch line right here on the raw edge, and cut. Now move your ruler over again 2.5 inches and line it up on the edge here, and then cut. And you would just keep going across every 2.5 inches and line it up on that raw edge there, and let me move this down a little bit more, and cut. So you would just keep going all the way across until you have all of the strips that you need cut. As you're cutting your strips, and let's say you went across that full length of that piece of fabric and cut the fabric all up into strips, you'll notice that the longer pieces, the ends are both going in the same direction, whereas your shorter pieces, they're going in the opposite direction. So if you're going to be using the shorter pieces, you need to get them to where they are going in the same direction. So stack those pieces that you need to trim. And I'm now going to place my 45-degree angle on the opposite side. I'm going to place it on up here and move the edge of the ruler over here to this lower bottom corner right there. So the 45-degree line is up here and the edge of the ruler is on the corner right there. And then go ahead and cut. And that way you'll have all of your pieces going in the same direction, which is this way. Or if they need to, they can go that way, as long as they're all in the same direction. Here's how you would stitch the ends together. Overlap them like this. And I only want to do a 1/4 inch seam to attach them, so you don't want any more than a 1/4 inch of fabric sticking out here and here. So you're going to have these little tails, some people call them little bunny ears, and you'll start stitching right here where the two pieces of fabric meet. So right here at this intersection, and do your 1/4 inch seam, and you would stop down here. Trim the little ears off on each side, and then press your seams open. If you are making binding for a quilt, then you would fold your strips in half and press the full length of the strip. This is a bias tape maker, and what this does is it helps you to speed up the pressing process, makes it a little faster for you. They come in a variety of sizes. This will give you a 1-inch bias tape. So have the back side of your fabric facing up and insert it at the widest end, this side here, and feed it so that it comes out through here. So you have the iron at one end where the fabric comes out through, and you hold on to this little handle here and pull on it and press, and you just keep pulling on it and pressing, and then when you're done it looks like this. If you do not have access to the bias tape maker, you would still go ahead, cut your fabric the width that you desire, and then fold it in half and press it all the way down. Then unfold it. Then take the raw edges and bring them in towards that center fold line and press. And you would go all the way down to the end, take the other edge, fold it in towards the center, and press it in. And the last step, if you're using the bias tape maker or if you're just pressing your own, you would still take it, fold it in half, bring those two folded edges together, and press it the full length of the strip. And when you're done, it looks like this. It looks just like as if you had bought it in a package. For more beginners sewing projects, such as a pincushion, table runner, pot holder, and pillows, play this video until a green screen appears and then click on the links. I hope you liked this video. If you did, would you please click on thumbs up, and don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner. Don't forget to click on that little bell and enter your email address so you can receive email notifications about my latest video. If you haven't received notifications, then go to your cell phone, click on settings, and turn notifications in the on position. I'm Cheryl, this is Steve, this is Sue, and this is Manny. So glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time, and happy sewing!